Hi and welcome. So this is what we can end up doing right now with the data sets that we've created, and how we've created these data sets is we've gone ahead and uploaded some CSV, some random CSV files right now for testing. So let me say that I pick up one of these. So from Feb 15 till now I've been playing around with this, and I pick up one of these. Let me just randomly pick up any data set. Now, what I want to do is exploratory analytics to begin with, and I want to do something which is which I'm calling here randomly search and replace. So basically, it's string substitution which is happening in the back end of the application, so to say. And what do I want? Do I want the results in a new column, or do I want to overwrite the chosen column? So let's say if I choose this column, or if I were to choose this, whichever column that I choose, do I want to overwrite that column, or do I want a new column? So for to begin with, I'll say, okay, I want results in a new column, and I go ahead and choose. So that gives me an indicator that it's been chosen. I can't possibly click on that again. And what do I want to do? What kind of operation do I want to basically conduct on that whatever cell that I have chosen? Let's say I want to look at some text which is containing some substring. So I want to look at say text which contains the substring ggplot, right? So ggplot is what I want to look at. So I could even just copy it from there, or maybe just yeah. So string to search would be ggplot. And what do I want to replace it with? I replace it with, say, yeah. So I replace it with foo, and I submit. So what I'll do is I'll look at my 100 records over here. So this is what I have, and I mostly have ggplot up here only within this first column, and I go ahead and submit. And there I have ggplot. It's got replaced by foo, so that seems to be doing okay. What has this created? It's created another column over here. So earlier I had one, two, three, four columns. Now I have five, and this column says column 1 CSV file underscore 1. So that's the name which was given to the column when the CSV file was uploaded. So that CSV file had this name, which was taken up by SQL, in this case PostgreSQL. So which is okay. So but the column which got generated, it's called underscore SR, which means search and replace. That's the short form for search and replace. And it's got a hash over there, and then it's got a random number. So that number just keeps coming up. So there's just something which is happening in the backend which is giving those numbers. So what I want to do next is I again want to run something similar on this particular column. So I go back, and here I say search and replace results in new column again. Okay, choose. Again, I want to do a contains, so I choose that. And string to search. Now I will go for say minx. Okay, so minx is what I want. So I'll say string to search will be minx, and I want to again replace it with something. So say I say got nga or whatever. So I can make it. I can do whatever I feel like over here. Fine. So and I go ahead and I submit. So what will I do? Okay, minx is the one that I'm looking at. So my record number 7 should basically something should change over here. And there it is. So my record number 7, where I had the text or the substring minx, that got the text that I inserted over there. So I had got nga nn, so that got inserted there. And this is another column which got created. Now I can drag towards the right, and I can have a look at the rest of my columns. So the one which got created earlier is here, and this is the one that got created now. And I could again do something on this first column. So what I want to do, I don't want to do search and replace now. I want to do match similar text. What exactly is match similar text, and how does this work? So basically, it finds out the Levenshtein distance between two strings or between two sentences, and the Levenshtein distance is very minimal in case there is very less difference between the strings. And let's say I have something as simple as string B over here. To convert string B into string C, I basically have to create I basically have to do the replacement of this last letter. So in place of B, I'll have C over there. So that Levenshtein distance would be less. And let's say if I were to just have string and in place of string C, then again the Levenshtein distance would be less. But presume I had over here string C, A something, or I had 5-6 letters after this, and then I was comparing it with string B, the Levenshtein distance would be greater. So the fuzziness value over here, so the less the fuzziness value, the more accurately it is matching the strings. It's looking for more accuracy over there. And if I were to give a value of 0, so that is the most tight match, so to say, the most strict possible match that it is looking for. And if I were to give a figure which is higher, so if I were to give something like say 10 over here, then the match would be a very loose match. So generally it would probably end up matching string B and string C if I were to give a figure of maybe 3 or 4. So we'll just check that, so how that happens. Okay, so I've given 0 over here, and string to compare, I'm saying string B, and I'm looking at this particular column. So that is column 2 CSV file underscore 1, and what we get to see on the right side are these two columns. So what I'm expecting is that I should get a column over here which will give me boolean or true or false, whether this thing matches or it doesn't match. So that is what I'm looking at. So I submit. So it says on top fuzzy string matching text distance measures, and this is my column. Oh, I didn't choose that column, sorry. By mistake, I've chosen the first column only, and it's showing on that. I need to choose that column. So I'll again do this properly. Match similar text, fuzziness 0, string B, and I go and choose this particular column which is called to CSV file underscore 1, and I go ahead and do a submit. And I have a column right next to it wherein all of these are true because that's an exact match. Now what I would want to look at is, do I have only string B over there, or do I have anything else? My bottom horizontal scroll bar, okay, that needs to be fixed. Now over here obviously we are getting false because this is not an exact match. So given the value 0 for fuzziness, it is looking for an exact match. So wherever it gets string B, the exact this thing, then only will it give us a true, otherwise it will give us a false. Now to match something like string B and string B underscore test underscore GG underscore mm, which is this, I probably have to give a fuzziness value which is much higher. So we can try that out, and let's say I give a fuzziness value of 12, and I'm again comparing with I'm again comparing with string B, and this is still the column that I want. Let's see what happens. So again I've got this over here, and let's scroll down. Let us scroll down over here and see what do we have. We still have false. We still very much have false. Even at the fuzziness value of 12, we have false. But will the fuzziness value, okay, we got a true over here. So this one became true in place of false. whereas this one did not and these others did not. So why? Because I really don't know. I will have to calculate that, and there's a calculation which is happening in the back end, so I don't necessarily have to strain myself to do that. But we see a difference in results over here. So let's again now try it on another column. Let's say we go in for fuzziness 5 and we go for string B again, but this time we want to choose the column which is this string D. So I'm comparing string B with string D with the fuzziness value of 5. So let's see what results we get. Yeah, so we got a true over here. So as you can see, we are getting true over here in the last column. And it very clearly shows us that this is a resultant of this particular action being carried out on this column, which is column 4 underscore CSV file underscore 1. MST is nothing but matching similar text. So that's just a acronym for that. So on a fuzziness value of 5, that worked absolutely okay. So these are the two things I wanted to basically showcase right now, and there is more which is coming through under the head basically exploratory data analysis. Thanks a lot.